We're now going to continue with step 3 in the assembly test drive. And I want to mention that SolidEdge delivers a free complement of standard parts which increases your design productivity. And you can increase productivity even more by adding your own parts to the library or add the additional machine library, which is an extensive selection of additional parts. In this case, what we want to do is we want to add the 2 screws that hold this plate on here, the name plate. So we're going to go back to our parts library. And I'm just going to kind of click on a part. And now I know this is called a screw, so what I'm going to do is just key in an S, and it's going to take us right to that area where I can find screw1.par. At that point, I'm ready to bring this in. Now, just like we brought the nameplate in, I'm simply going to drag the screw1 part in, and it's going to place it in our assembly. And at that point, I can just kind of zoom up on it a little bit. Now, in this case, we're in Flash Fit. We're still in Flash Fit just like we were before. And so it's going to infer what we select. In this case, if I just go to the head, and you'll notice it says circle, and I go ahead and select just the circle itself, and then I go to the part where I want to place and select that circle, it infers that we want to place an alignment and a mate between the screw or bolt, whatever you're placing, and the cylinder. And you notice when I go over to the screw, it shows the relationships, and it did indeed place a mate and an alignment between the 2 cylinders. Now, you can also use the capture fit command in SolidEdge to capture the relationship used to position a frequently used part. And of course, this is going to significantly reduce the number of mouse clicks used to place the parts in the assembly. What we want to do is go ahead and place another one of those. So I'm going to come back over, and I'm going to place the second screw. Again, just by identifying that circle and then picking the circle where it's going to belong. And again, you'll see we now have both of those screws placed into our part. So the inference technology here built into SolidEdge reduces the number of steps required to position these parts in this particular assembly. You can also use fastener systems command to place a set of fasteners such as a bolt, washer, or nut into an assembly. The fastener diameter and orientation is determined by the elements that you select in the top hole and the bottom hole step. You can then select the hardware you want from a database of fastener systems from the fastener system library. At this point, we got the screws placed in here. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to save your assembly, and then you'll want to make sure that your students are at this point before moving on to step 4.